On August 29th, the city of Santa Clarita will host Heroin Kills 1 year later. It's a look at heroin addiction in the Santa Clarita Valley. And here to talk to us about that is Janine Prado from the city's Human Services Division. Janine, what are we going to see on the 29th?
This year, we're doing a follow-up to last year's symposium. We're going to have an opportunity for people to look at the heroin incidents and fatalities from this past year compared to last year. We're going to have a panel of experts that will talk about the various incidents, whether it's drug recovery, addiction. We're going to have Captain Becker speaking, as well as Heart District will be present there. And also, too, we're going to have a person from the faith-based organizations coming to talk about their coalition, how they're looking at addressing the issues of drugs in the city of Santa Clarita.
Okay, so we held this last year in response to really a spike in heroin fatalities and arrests. Over the last year, we really haven't seen much of a change. I mean, we're still getting a lot of the same issues.
Yes, it's very frightening. It hasn't decreased. It still is here in the city of Santa Clarita, and we just are really looking at all means and facets to address that issue.
And, you know, we did hold it last year, and the room was packed. I mean, it was literally standing room only. There was people out the doors at the activity center. Describe what people are gonna hear there. So this is going to be a group of panelists that really are on the front lines of the fight against Santa Clarita's battle with heroin.
Yes, it is. Captain Becker will lead off our panelists, and he will give you a pretty good perspective from the law enforcement agencies of what people are seeing out there on the street. In addition to that, we have a doctor from Henry Mayo that will give a bird's eye view of what happens in the emergency room. Also, we have two people from recovery and family support groups are going to talk specifically about how it affects recovery and families. And we also have Kathy Hunter from the Hart School District that's really going to talk about what's happening in schools and a new program that we have for young people in the junior and high schools.
And really the reason we're doing this is, you know, last year and over the course of the year, we tried to raise awareness. Parents, it sneaks up on them. And we've seen fatalities, really, and we're talking about the demographics, what, about young 20s?
Oh, yes. Young people, 19, 20 years old as far as fatalities, but we know that young people dabble in drugs as young as 11 and 12 years of age. So this is an opportunity for parents to really get, hopefully, some preventative tools that will be able to help them. And that evening's event, we're also going to be passing on information about family education classes. There'll be a very large resource fair starting at 6 p.m. In addition to that, an introduction to a new program that the city is working in collaboration with the county, school, and sheriff's department for the junior high and high school students.
Talk about why heroin, and I read an article recently that talked about, you know, opiate-based prescription drugs and the link to heroin being a pandemic across suburbia.
Yes, heroin, unfortunately, is all across the nation. We're not the only community affected by that. One of the reasons is it's very cheaper than some of the other drugs that are used. And that's just one way. It's accessibility. And unfortunately, it's here in Santa Clarita.
Janine, I want to thank you for joining us. Heroin Kills 1 year later is going to be at the City of Santa Clarita's Activity Center. This is going to be on Wednesday, August 29th.